Once again, everybody, welcome to the inaugural Dirt Bowl Hall of Fame induction. I am your host for the evening. My name is Rayvon Churchill, one of the latest co-organizers of the Dirt Bowl. We appreciate each and every one that is here today to honor the incredible and amazing legacy that is the Dirt Bowl. And it was started in 1969, right? And it was a couple of college kids who came home from college one summer and were just looking for something to do, something to participate in and get other people involved in it, right? And so the late, great Mr. Ben Watkins and Miss Janice Carter, they were the two young people that came up with this idea, and I have no idea if they knew what was gonna be happening 56 years later. Can we give a round of applause for 56 years of excellence? So let's go and get this party started a little bit. So the first time if we was gonna induct people into the Hall of Fame, we had to go out and get something that was a memento to keep, right? So I think it's only appropriate that the first person that gets to come up and talk is the wife of the late great Mr. Ben Watkins. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a please big round of applause for Miss Natalie Watkins, wife of Mr. Ben Watkins, the founder of the Dirt Bowl. Y'all can stand up if y'all want to. Y'all can stand up.
Thank you so much. On behalf of the Watkins family, I want to say thank you. Thank you for the memories, because that's what I live by. It's wonderful, beautiful memories. And I thank you that you're continuing on this legacy. I can't begin to thank the young people that go out and it's been terribly hot. They go out there and play basketball. I can't begin to thank the community and everybody that has turned out. And I just want to say, I thank God. I thank him so much for giving me peace, because after 42 years of marriage, Lord saw fit to take him home. And I'm so thankful and grateful that he's given me peace with it. So what I want to say now is that God has shown me another avenue to take. And he has shown me that this will happen to all of us. So my point is that give God the praise and the glory, because that's what brought me this far. So I thank you so much for blessings. I have been blessed in so many ways.
Thank you, Ms. Watkins, and here's your ring in honor of the late, great Mr. Ben Watkins, all right? Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Mary. So when you talked about like young people came up with this idea, they weren't old, they weren't even old enough to vote yet, I don't even think, but they thought about this idea and it's worked out really good. So let's keep it going with the lady who was the other co-founder of the Dirt Bowl. This lady has been all over the world, and she still comes down to sing, to bless us with her beautiful voice every single summer. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a big round of applause for our other co-founder, Miss Janice Carter Miller.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What's up? I'm usually not at a loss for words, but I had no idea that this was happening today. And so I didn't write a speech. But I do want to say that I am proud of where the Dirt Bowl is today. After 56 years, I was 19 years old. And Ben and I were park supervisors at Algonquin. So some of the things that have happened since then, at our 50th, we've got a marker in Algonquin Park to show that that was the start of the Dirt Bowl. But I'm just proud to have the Dirt Bowl as a part of my legacy. That, you know, because before I knew I could sing, I did think I could play a little ball. I played women's basketball at Kentucky State, but most of the time I was a cheerleader. But I want to say thank you, Rayvon. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Cornell for keeping it alive. And I got some ideas to put it on another scale to make it more nationally known than it is. But I thank each and every one of you for your support.
Thank you. Don't forget your ring. Don't forget your ring. You can put that anywhere you want to. Yeah, that's all yours. Can we give another round of applause for this fantastic ambassador of the Dirt Bowl? Once again, I know that you guys may have to leave a little bit earlier, some other things you had to do. So once again, thank you so very much for coming in. I'm glad you like it. Okay, so let's keep this thing going. So up next, so we're gonna go back to the start. So a lot of people, when we talked about the Hall of Fame, it was people that was way too young to even be considered. So we're gonna let you know now, if you played after 1979, you probably won't get the Hall of Fame induction card for about another 10 years. Don't even worry about it, all right? We got a long way to go. There are so many people who deserve to be here tonight, but it was so many other people that thought that this Hall of Fame induction, this class is the right and appropriate class to do it for the very first time. So one of the first people that played in the Dirt Bowl a long time ago, we had this book. I don't know if y'all knew that the Dirt Bowl had a book. It's called I Said Bang, and it's available on Amazon. This is a real thing. It's available on Amazon right now. We sold thousands of these copies, and I think they're on like 4 continents. Like, that's not an exaggeration. This book is on 4 different continents. And so really, if you weren't in this book, you didn't get considered if you weren't in this book, right? And then so one of the first people in this book, one of the first players to ever play in the world famous now Dirt Bowl. Can we give a round of applause for Mr. David Cosby?
Thank you. Really great to see how well the Dirt Bowl is just going on better and better every year. Is how it's grown from the time us country boys came from Newburgh and told me that we're gonna take this. He keeps saying we're lucky, but you know, luck is sometimes good. But anyway, country boys came in from Newburgh and told them, so we're gonna come back here, win our trophy, and go back and be the Newburgh Farmers. So we were the farmers, and we just came in and did what we had to do and took our trophy back home. But it was just great during that time, just bringing so many communities together, so many people together. No shootings, just people getting along and having a good time. And I'm just thankful and grateful that God has let me be here this long. I'm still here. A lot of my friends are gone, and I've been blessed to still be here, and I'm thankful and grateful. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Cosby. And I guess the Dirt Bowl, it just goes full circle, right? Because the Farmers, as they were called, they won the first 2 Dirt Bowls in 1969 and 1970. And I don't think they call themselves the Farmers anymore. They actually don't even call themselves Newburgh, but a team representing Newburgh just won the championship 7 days ago. So it's full circle. So the first championship was won by a team from Newburgh, and the latest one was won by a team from Newburgh. Another round of applause for the great Mr. David Cosby. So coming up next, we had to get some more individuals who were like really good at the game, right? So we were doing some research for this book, and this book was published and released in 2015. 10 years that this book has been available to purchase, and still to this day, this record has not been broken, and I'm not sure that this record will ever be broken. So the next gentleman that we're about to talk about, he had an idea a long time ago. He wanted to go and take some Dirt Bowl All-Stars and go to the Kentucky State Reformatory and play against some people that were in prison. So Mr. Caldwell, James Caldwell, he came up with this great idea, and they went and played some prisoners in the Kentucky State Reformatory, right? So that's one good thing about him, but also, he also has the single game scoring record. This is unofficial. We don't have official records, but I did, confirm with Cornell and a lot of other people. He does have the single game scoring record in Dirt Bowl history. He had 44 in one game. If you get 24 in a Dirt Bowl game now, that's pretty good. This guy had 44 4 points. Mr. Caldwell is no longer with us, but we do have his son Rio here to accept his award. Come on up, Rio.
First of all, I'd like to thank God. He's ahead of my life. Yeah, my father's no longer here, but he loved the game of basketball. And he was a bad boy. So thank y'all for acknowledging me.
I've known Rio for a long time. He's always been a man of few words, so that's pretty good for him right there. Thank you, Rio. Hope you enjoy that memento for your father. And then we still talked about some other people from the beginning of the Dirt Bowl who were really impactful in other ways than just playing the game, right? And then so when we were doing research with this book again, and then when I was asking people who should be inducted into the Hall of Fame, this next name continued to come up over and over and over and over. And in his neighborhood, he is and was revered. He's no longer with us, but everybody remembers Big Gary for sure, right? So Big Gary's family, all of y'all can come up here if y'all want to get this. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get a round of applause for the mighty, mighty Easy Zone, Big Gary. I know it's a whole bunch of y'all, but it's only one. Y'all gonna have to share this and pass it around, all right? Y'all gotta share this. Sheesh! What's going on, bro? Yes, sir.
Guess they gonna make me the spokesman, but it's an honor to stand there in my dad's footsteps. The Dirt Bowl was always a part of our life. Every summer we spent many a days down there in the heat, just watching them coach. When they pulled up on the van, some of his players up here, they can contest, they treat them like rock stars. They say, here come the East End boys. In the blue van, they pulled up, it was about 15, 20 of them get off that van, and they was feared. He was feared as a coach, and they was feared as a team. And I stand here now, coaching in the Dirt Bowl, and I get chills every time I go down there and coach, because I know my father was standing on the same sidelines, doing what he do. And I just want to thank the Dirt Bowl committee for recognizing my father. This is a big achievement. My mama's here, my brother, my nephew, my mentor, and two of his players is here. So we want to thank y'all on behalf of the Ware family, and my wife is with me. So on behalf of the Ware family, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, Big Gary was definitely a legend in his neighborhood. So to keep the program moving along, this next person was unanimous. This was a unanimous winner into this first induction class. Every single person that I talked to and other people talked to, because I didn't just do it, I'm too young to have done this all of our own. So I had to, I called Cornell, and I talked to these guys, talked to a couple, Neil Robertson was very helpful putting this list together. But this next guy, he was unanimous, every single person that I talked to. Now, a long time ago, when I used to first start going to the Dirt Bowl, this guy would come out, he would have on a pair of Chucks, and he would give people the absolute business. Do you understand? So this person was in this inductee class, he was the last person, Miss Janice, to actually play on the Dirt Bowl court. This man was playing well into his 40s, and he was still giving young people the business. And I'm talking about, his name is legendary, and I think we all know who we're talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a big round of applause for the family of the late, great Mr. Howard Duncan.
Hello, I'm Howard's little sister. And this is his daughter, Denisha. We thank you all so much for honoring my brother in this way. We thank you all for allowing his legend to live on. He graduated from Shawnee High School. He entertained on the court there. He was energetic on the court there. He went to University of Chattanooga. He entertained on the court there. He was energetic on the court there. Then at the Dirt Bowl, he entertained and he was energetic. And he was so excited when he got interviewed for I Said Bang. He loved it. And it's just so fitting that his chapter was named I Dunked on Everybody. Because after every game, if you asked him how the game went, I dunked on everybody. Him and my brother, Kerry Duncan. So we thank you all so much for honoring him. And it's just amazing that his legendary status. And we all know that he was known for no socks and his Chuck Taylors. Thank you all so much.
So if you want to read the late great Mr. Howard Duncan's chapter in where he said I dunked on everybody, you can go to Amazon and purchase your very own copy of I Said Bang from the Louisville Sports Program, right? All right. So let's keep on with the movie, okay? So our next honoree, another guy who was almost unanimous, not as unanimous. If there was a 100% for Mr. Duncan, this guy came in like 99.5%. He's also a part of the book, and he still continues to come down to the Dirt Bowl every single Sunday in the same spot, all the way in the back. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a big old round of applause for the legendary Mr. David McConaughey.
Good afternoon. We were just young guys in the Dirt Bowl playing, 9th and 10th graders. We didn't know that we were making history. You know, we did. Myself, with Daryl Griffith, Dr. Duncanstein, we played against some of the NBA and ABA basketball players. And I just want to say thank you for the invite and thanks for the accolades.
That's yours, That's yours. Appreciate you, Unc. It's my Unc right there. Is Mr. Bender here yet? Is Brandon and Mr. Bender here yet? Nope. Nope. All right, cool. So let's keep on moving. So going forward in the program, this next person is synonymous with the Dirt Bowl. His basketball accolades and what he accomplished is legendary. He's in multiple Hall of Fames, but his thing and his name started to grow one summer day. I think it was in 74 or 75, somewhere around in there, maybe a little earlier. But he was allegedly in the 9th grade, right? And so the Kentucky Colonels were still in town. I thought he used to come down and play at the Dirt Bowl. Now, this is all myths. I didn't see it. I wasn't there. But 25,000 people swear that they were there on this day, right? 25,000 say that they were. So were you there, McConaughey? If you were there on this day that I'm talking about, raise your hand. Everybody know what I'm talking about? Okay, we got a couple of guys. So for those who are too young to know, so the Kentucky Colonels were in, and there was another Hall of Famer. His name was Artis Gilmore, right? He was 7'1", and with his afro, he was about 7'4". He's in the Hall of Fame right now, one of the all-time best defenders in NBA history. He was playing for the Colonels, and he came down to play in the world-famous Dirt Bowl. On the opposing team, there was a young guy named Daryl Griffin, starting to get his name pumping in the city a little bit. His 48-inch vertical was probably at around 44, 45 at that time. He was still getting into his development as an athlete. So the legendary myth goes that there was a steal, right around half court. Daryl goes and gets the steal, and he looks down, and none other than Artis Gilmore was the only guy under the rim. Now, allegedly, and the myth says that Daryl got the ball, saw a dude, and went down and dunked on him, and the whole crowd went crazy. Is this a true story, Mechanico? Is this a true story, Mr. Cosby? It's true. Is it a true story? However, when we were doing this book, I sent Bane, which is available on Amazon for you to purchase right now. I called the one and only Mr. Artist Gilmore, and so this is on a radio show that we did. I was interviewing Mr. Gilmore on the phone, and I said, "Mr. Gilmore, how you doing? My name is Ray Vaughn. I'm going to interview you about your time in the Dirt Bowl." So we went on. I said, "Well, what about this one particular play?" He kind of laughed a little bit. He said, "Man, come on, man." He said, "I was 7'1". You think I'm gonna let some like 9th grade dude come in and dunk on me?" He said, "Now, Daryl was pretty good, but he never ever dunked on me." So one person says that he didn't do it, but 25,000 people say that he did. I'm gonna have to go with what you guys say, and can we give a round of applause for the one, the only, the legendary, the iconic, the golden grip, Daryl Griffith from Louisville, Kentucky, West Louisville, Kentucky, and he started his legacy at the Dirt Bowl. Can we give a standing ovation for this man right here, dude? Come on, man.
Hey, I appreciate everybody showing up. I thank God for the time that I played in the Dirt Bowl. As a kid, me and Bobby Turner used to watch the Dirt Bowl. I didn't watch it at Algonquin. I was too young to go down there then, but we used to watch it in what we called the hole when it first came to Shawnee Park over by Flagey. And we would sit on the court and imagine ourselves playing in the Dirt Bowl. And then the city decided to build the courts that you see now. Actually, there were probably about 4 or 5 courts that they built. They since then shrunk it. And we were sitting there on the edge of the court watching the pro players and the college players play. And then next year, I went to George Sindley, who was my high school coach at the time. He dated my neighbor, Sarita Summers at the time. And we asked George, "Hey, George, can we play with you guys?" And he laughed, he looked at me and said, "Now's not your time, young fella." So we got David McConico, Bobby Turner, Bob Miller, Robert Stewart. It was a bunch of us. And so our mentality was, if you ain't gonna let us play with you, we're gonna get our own team. And we entered our own team in the pro division of the Dirt Bowl. And we had no fear. We became the park favorites. And it was just a good time. It was a good growing time for me. I say that to say that I wish that we had cell phones back then. I wish that we had cameras back then so that the young people could see the electricity and the way that the community really grabbed the Dirt Bowl back in the day. And when I say that it was 3 times as many people at the Dirt Bowl that you would ever see, it was that many people there because we had the pro team in town with the Colonels, and we had all the college players playing. And so the competition level was just crazy. And it was just an amazing time to be a part of that journey, a part of that legacy. Some of the players that we played are not around. Young Caldwell, you're right, your dad was a bad boy. He was the truth. I remember playing against him with his gold teeth and his Walfridge sideburns. So the history goes way back. The memories for me go way back. Every time I go down to the Dirt Bowl, it just rewinds in my head about the times when we used to play, about Iceberg Slim, the dog that had the shades on.
Tell them about Herb.
Huh?
Tell them about Herb.
There was a guy named Herb Booty, and he was legendary on both parts, Chickasaw and Shawnee. And he had sagging pants and he had hair on his booty. That's why his name was called Herb Booty. I remember the time, tragically, when a gentleman got killed down to the park. And it made national news. Walter Cronkite called it Death Valley Day at Shawnee Park. I remember the time they came and they shot Iceberg Slim, the dog. And about 400 or 500 people chased that guy across the park. I mean, there's so many memories that I have being down to the park because it was a place to play. It was a place to be for the community. And I want to compliment Ray Vaughn for keeping the legacy going. Unfortunately, we wish we could having NCAA put a sanction to let the college players play, which would elevate the competition for the guys to judge their talent. And that's what we were able to do when I was coming up. We were able to judge our talent by against the people that we played. The team that we had was called Chocolate City, and we look forward to playing every Sunday. So it was just a good time. I can reminisce about the Dirt Bowl and how a part of my life it was, how instrumental it was for me as a player, being able to grow and judge my talent against the top players in the country, in the city, and with the professional ranks. But just leave it with this. If you were 7'1" and a young ninth grader dunked on you, was you admitted? Thank you guys, I appreciate it.
I'd like to work on that NCAA.
Miss Janice said, "Oh, you talking about NCAA? Oh, wait.
It's a whole different level now.
But I mean, would you work with me?
It's a waste of time. They will not play. They're getting paid now. They ain't coming down there and wasting their time on that court and try to get hurt. You know, these guys are making.
We got a rubber court now.
It does not matter. It's a pipe dream, Janice. Yeah. I mean, I wish it could happen, but you know, it's a whole different level now.
Once again, a round of applause for the Golden Griff, Daryl Griffin.
You can take my hand too, Griff.
Griff, Miss Janice said she wants some love too. Give her some hugs. That's right, Griff. So as we move along in the Hall of Fame induction portion, I think it is appropriate to end with this next person. I do believe that he is the single most important person in the history of the Dirt Bowl. I do believe that he is one of the 10 most popular black men in the city of Louisville. You talk about, like, we can go through naming them from clergy to politicians to Daryl Griffith, Derek Anderson. This next person, their name is right up there with them. There's nowhere that this man can go where he's not recognized. There's nowhere this man can go where people don't call his name out and go shake his hand. He's an absolute rock star in the city of Louisville. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a big old round of applause for Mr. Cornell Bradford?
Boy, I want to say that this right here is a total surprise to me. When I first saw this ring, I asked Rayvon, could he give me one? And he said, no, come on. I said, these rings are going to be given to the team who win the championship. And they just got 15 rings, and probably won't be one for you. So I said, okay. To my next question, I was going to ask him, how much could I buy one for? But I definitely wanted one of these rings. When I think about the Dirt Bowl, and I think about my beginnings first as a player, now some people think I'm lying. I wasn't no double figure average, but at least to get 8 points a game. Now they think I'm lying, but I ain't got to lie to tell nobody about me when it comes to playing basketball. After I stopped playing basketball, I was watching the officiating, and I thought the officiating in Dirt Bowl was terrible, and that I could do a better job. So I started refereeing. And boy, I tell you, as a referee, I got cursed out a lot. I was threatened a lot and everything. People want to bust me in the mouth, but thank God they never did that. One day, a person that was announcing the game, also Bruce Briggs was the first Dirt Bowl announcer I can remember, and he was good. And but he wasn't the announcer that didn't show up that day. And Gatewood was running the Dirt Bowl. He asked me would I get up there and announce the games, and I did, and I've been up there ever since. So that's how I come to be announcing games. I learned a lot from several people, especially Art Maddox and Roy Smith. When I worked with them, I learned how to schedule the Dirt Bowl, especially when we was playing double elimination tournament. Roy Smith was one of the best players I ever seen, and adding a bracket when he forgot to add a team to make it come out right. Oh Lord, it didn't break. It's all right, it's all right. And so I learned that from them. 1988 was a low year for the Dirt Bowl. We only had 16 teams. And that year we started at 2 o'clock. So 4 games, you had 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 o'clock, we were through. And that idea from the 16 teams, came up with the idea of a Final Four. Now, do y'all know who won that year's championship in 1988? Do you know Mr. Duncan? Guess. Black Magic and Howard Duncan. Black Magic and Howard Duncan. Yes, sir. Howard Duncan is possibly the hardest dunker I ever seen with 2 hands. The only other dunk I could see to dunk that hard would be Dallas Thornton. I know it's somebody that none of you ever heard of, but Dallas dunked so hard, the basketball would hit and bounce up high on the backboard when he dunked it with 2 hands after going through the net. Other ideas in basketball I had from the Dirt Bowl, and the one idea I really and truthfully wanted to do was that I wanted to make it a requirement for our team to play in the Dirt Bowl, play under a college name. Only reason why that idea didn't happen was because of a friend of mine who had the Running Rebels, Durham Anderson. He said, Corn, I don't want to give up my Running Rebels, man. And so behind him not wanting to give up his team and go with a college team, I never did that. But one thing that I always kept in mind of trying to keep it like a college when Louisville was in the Metro or whatever, SEC, ACC, those kind of things came to my mind for the Dirt Bowl. And the reason why, college basketball to me is the most exciting basketball tournament that's ever. More exciting than the NBA Finals. Ain't nothing like that Final Four. Nothing like that. And the Dirt Bowl has just grew on me. This year, we've had a great Dirt Bowl, Rayvon. We did real, come on, give him a hand, come on now. We worked very hard with the police department and trying to improve some of our faults. But I definitely want to congratulate, let me see, what's that? Neighborhood. Huh? Can I say it again? Neighborhood. Yeah, that is what they say in Newburgh, Mr. Cosby. They said neighborhood. Yeah, oh. I got so tired of hearing neighborhood. But anyway, to the to the Newburgh team, I am very, very proud of you. And also, all y'all stand up, man, that are here, please, stand up. Neighborhood, come on now, neighborhood. I'm telling you, they played an outstanding championship game. Yeah, you right? Who said that? Well, Harv, you always talking, man. Nobody say you say nothing?
He said I'm the tournament.
Oh, did he? There you go, man, co-signing. But anyway, I'm so proud of y'all, man, and I'm proud to be up here. And Rayvon, you're right, you tricked your buddy. You sure tricked me, because I was gonna find out if I could buy one of these rings if I didn't get one. And for everybody that showed up here today, I want to say thank you. Also, Roy Cosby, you were outstanding, man, back in '69. I ain't gonna say you were lucky no more.
It's over there. He's like, where my ring at though? Hold on, where my ring at though? Where's that ring at? Where's that ring? Where's that ring? So once again, can we give all of our Hall of Fame inductees a round of applause? Y'all can stand up if y'all want to. Y'all can stand up if y'all want to and give these people their due. They deserve it. I honestly think there's nothing in Louisville like the Dirt Bowl. And so, Bill, we are gonna get you together. Newburgh is the neighborhood that most people associate them with, but their new official name is Low Key Lifestyle, LKLS. So Will, the rest of your team, Low Key Lifestyle, congratulations. They did have Newburgh Day yesterday. They went out, they did a great thing at Newburgh Day. This team has won a couple of championships. So actually in the last 10 years, there's only been 2 neighborhoods that have won the championship. It's Smoketown and Newburgh. And then one year they had a team that was kind of combined. So really we need some other teams, some other neighborhoods to come step it up. You know what I'm saying? We can't let the East End and Newburgh continue to win the first championship, the latest championship. The East End talk about Big Gary won all the championships in the 70s, and 80s, and 90s. I don't even think anybody knows officially. Jason Russian and those guys in Jill Park, they claim they have the most championships. We have no idea who has the most championships, but I think that's the good thing about the Dirt Bowl. It's like people can just talk about it and people can debate and argue about it. Like, did it happen? Did it really not happen? Did we win 6 championships? Do you have 7 championships? That's the beautiful thing about the Dirt Bowl. So once again, this book is available on Amazon for $15. Make sure that you go get your official copy of I Said Bang. So I know that some of the Hall of Fame inductees, we told them we was gonna get them in and get them out if you do have to leave. Thank you so very much for your contributions and your family's contributions, those who are not with us here today. Thank you for your contributions for the last 56 years. And I'd also want to say this, behind any great thing that goes on, it's a whole team, right? So I just happen to be the face of it, but Cornell will always be the voice of it, and we also have a whole other team. So I'm getting a lot of the credit, but it's not really due. Just to me and only me. Dre in the background, these guys, these gentlemen right here, our entire Dirt Bowl staff. Like I promise you, we work and we work and we work. I'm the one that's on the news, Cornell's on the news, but these guys right here, they deserve just as much credit as Cornell and I do. So round of applause to Tommy and Milton, Dre, and all the guys and girls that help the Dirt Bowl each and every week. We're becoming a machine. We're not well-oiled yet, but we got the lubricant going. And we think that if Grip was at the park last week, and he said that when he was there was 3 times that many people. If you was there last week, if you imagine 3 times that many people, because last week it was action in the park last week. If you appreciated last Sunday, round of applause for last Sunday. Yeah. So one day we hope to get back to that level. I'm not sure we ever reach the heights of the early parts of the Dirt Bowl. I'm gonna give you this last story real quick before we move on. I was reading an article from August 1975 about the Dirt Bowl. In August 1975, there were 77 teams and over 900 players that year. Can you imagine? I'm gonna say it again. In 1975, there were 77 teams and 900 plus players played in the Dirt Bowl. This past year, we only had 24 teams and about 350 guys. So imagine what the Dirt Bowl looked like then. And it was every day, but I think Monday and Friday, Miss Janice, Mr. Dave, Griff, I think it was every day, but those 2 weeks. So even during the week, you had games that were being played. So the Dirt Bowl legacy continues to grow. And now it's, our turn to do what Miss Janice and Mr. Ben started. So this ends the portion, the Hall of Fame induction portion. If you have to leave, once again, thank you for spending a little bit of your Sunday with us, and we hope to see you at the Dirt Bowl next year, right? Thank you. Another round of applause for all of our Hall of Fame inductees, Miss Janice, Dave McConaughey, Howard Duncan, Mr. David Cosby, Daryl Griffith, James Caldwell, Big Gary, Mr. Bender, he was elected, he didn't make it today. And we can't forget also Mr. Cornell Bradley. Thank you guys for coming out. We're gonna take a quick intermission. We're gonna get back. We got this something for the champ. Y'all ready? Come on. I don't know where my DJ went to, but I don't know where he went to. DJ Kim, if you touch it, it's on you. We don't got nothing to do with that. Go get your pensions or something real quick if y'all need to. Go shake Griff's hands, have your picture with Cornell, Miss Janice, whatever you need to do, Mr. Cosby. We're going to be back in about 10 minutes.